భాను సార్ ఆయన్ని కూడా జాయిన్ అవ్వమనండి సార్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడే ఫోన్ చేసి చెప్పాను సార్, జాయిన్ అవుతున్నాను సార్.
ఓకే సార్, ఆయన జాయిన్ అయిన తర్వాత పిల్లలకు పంపండి సార్. మీరు ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఫామ్ నాకు కూడా పెట్టండి సార్, నాకు కూడా పెడితే నేను యూట్యూబ్ లో నేను పెడతాను.
ఓకే సార్, సరే సార్,
అట్లాగే సార్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
సార్ ట్రైనర్ సార్ జాయిన్ అయ్యారు సార్, గ్రూప్స్ లో పోస్ట్ చేసేస్తున్నాను లింక్.
చేసేయండి సార్.
ఓకే సార్.
Sir, meanwhile, you can share your PPT, sir.
Yeah, very good evening, dear students. Sorry, there are some technical issues, right? Okay, we are just about to start.
Sir, it will take 5 minutes for students to join, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Sir, we shall start, sir.
Yes, sir. Fine. So, good evening, dear students. There were some technical issues. That's the reason the session is a little delayed. Now, to continue with, let us not take much time. Okay. So let us have a quick review of what we have seen in the last 2-3 days. After talking more about introductions, operators, and all, no, then slowly we entered into if and else statement, and there we have seen nested if cases, right? Now we are in a new phase that is called as loops, and loops actually I told you yesterday what is the difference between if and else class, sorry, if else loop, conditional statement and while. Because HS ask you most of the questions in a very basic fundamental thing, my difference. Now the problem with many of the students in the technical interviews, of course, like past 2-3 years, 2 years, because I have been also a part of my MNC's recruitment. So what we got the information from our higher official is like, okay, take them, let it be, no other go. The students are not able to speak. Okay, so they are not able to speak. They are not able to answer for any fundamental questions. But they say, okay, it is COVID time, no pandemic, leave it, let them be like that, then we will see how to manage them. Let us take. So this past 2 years of recruitment, I have seen very closely. The recruitment happened where the part of the students are not up to the mark, but still they got placed. Now, what is happening? The remaining students who are about to take the placements in the coming years, they are taking a advantage, saying that nobody will ask any questions here. Simply, they will ask some more questions and they will give you offer letter. Don't worry like that. So it is not going to happen in the days to come, because slowly the people are coming back to the normal life, and you might have seen the papers on televisions that companies are asking for back to office. It's not WFH, that is work from home. It is back to office, BTO. Okay, BTO, once when it starts, then things will become very strict hereafter. So you should know how to answer for the questions. You should have the talent of talking to them, interacting with the HRs from the basics. That's why the part of the class gives you a lot of basic ideas about not only to prepare you for written, because after that you have 2 rounds, right? Technical 1, technical 2. You should know how to answer, how to explain a project, or how to explain a program, and problem solving. Okay, what is your idea? All those things. So yesterday we have seen like how is this while loop is working, and you told me that 0, 1, 2, 3. So totally 4 times the Python and then loop. Now tell me what is the output of this program? Yeah. X is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F. I is equal to integer, that is string of I, while I in X, print I, end nothing, and the end is the space and next line. So what will be the output of this program? What is the output of this program? May you know that? Yes. Use your chat box to give the answer. X equal to A, B, C, D, E, F, a single string. I is equal to I, a character. While I in X, print I. End space. What is output? Is there anyone to answer for this question? I print in 6 times. I print in 6 times. It will print I like that. Okay, okay. Nothing is printed. Bhargavi, can you give me explanation for why nothing is printed? Because I is not in S. Give them big hands here. Bhargavi. Hats off. Yeah, what is the condition here? I in X. First of all, condition is true or false. What is I? I is equal to a small string called, character called as I. This I is nowhere in A, B, C, D, E, F. Therefore, condition fails. Then nothing will happen. Then nothing will happen. The printing statement will not get executed. But instead of that, if you have any printing statement out of this loop, that may be executed. But now nothing will execute because I is not there in A, B, C, D, E, F. Understood what I'm saying? See, I have this I in X. It is false. I is not there in the X. Then what will happen? This is a false statement. If it is a false statement, then this part will not be executed. Instead of that, for example, if I have a A or B or C or D or E or F, then fine. I in. So print of I. So I will get incremented, right, in X until then. So an unlimited, that is infinite loops will be formed. Fine. Now let us go for the next one. While I don't know. Sorry. I is equal to 6. While I is J is equal to 6. While J is greater than I, print star. 1 minute. Let me remove these annotations. Yeah. While I is greater than 0, condition is true. J is equal to 6. Initially, the value of J is 6. J is greater than I. J is greater than I. This condition is a fluctuating condition. This condition is called as a fluctuating condition. See, J is now depending on I. Nested loop, actually. A loop inside and another loop. A loop inside and another loop. A loop inside and another loop. There is a space. Therefore, this value of J is depending on I. Understand the loop properly. First, while I is greater than 0, condition is true. Then it will take the value of I initially as 0. Then it will check J. J is greater than I. Yes. Now, when it comes here, the loop, what is the I value? I value is 0. So it will check 6, 0. Yes, 6 is greater. True. Now it will print 1 star. It will print 1 star. Listen now. It will print 1 star. Then my compiler will go decrease the value of J. J is equal to J minus 1. Now J is equal to J minus 1. Now what is the J value here? In the first loop, J value is J is equal to 6 minus 1 is nothing but 5. What is the I value? Now it is not yet completed, right? So the loop has not yet come out. It has to go back because this I is out of the loop. So this loop is not yet converted. So this is separate entity. When all the internal process is completed, then only it will come to the outer loop process. Now, once again, with the j is equal to 5, it will get inside. Now, initial I value is still 0. 5 is greater than 0. True condition. True condition. So now what will happen? When I is equal to 0, I have got j is equal to 5. Sorry, j is equal to true. Therefore, j value was 6. Now j value has come down to 5. Now for 5, again it is checking. It is still the condition is true. Then again a star. Then for 4, then for 3, then for 2, then for 1, then for 1. Final decrement value will be j is equal to 0. The case fails. While case fails, then loop will come out. Loop will come out. While coming out, it will automatically decrement the value of -4. So 6, then 5. For 5 again. For 5 again. Okay, I is greater than. This condition is true always. Now it will go and check for I. I is now, it is going to be taken as 5. Then again this entire loop will be executed. Then again 5 will become 4. Then for 4, for I value is equal to 4, j value will become, j value will start from once again 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then again I value will be 3. Again j value will start from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again I value is equal to 2. Then the condition will be checked for j. Every time as I is decremented and j is also decremented, the number of columns will be keep on decreasing. Sorry, increasing. Right? That is how you will get a pyramid structure. We will teach more about these patterns actually in the next session. So don't worry much about that. Is very easy to do it through for loop also. It all depends upon people how you take while loops or how you take for loops. Even where smartly how to decide about for loop and while loop also we will discuss more. Okay. See, the condition is very simple. When I say you take a push-up for 20 times, then what you will do? You will do 20 push-ups by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. At 20th push-up, you will say, "Sir, I have completed." That is a loop concept. Now, how to make a difference of these two actually, for loop and while? I give the condition premost. That is why I ask you to achieve a particular condition. That is for loop. That is for loop. It will trace out the condition that what you are going to use. And that is called as for loop. Right? So that's why exit dependent loop, enter dependent loop, like that we say. Okay. Exit dependent loop and entry dependent loop, that we say. So differences you should know how to clearly mention it. when while and for loop. So it is nothing but the number of iterations will happen in while loop. Actually, the number of iterations to be done is to be already instructed, right? It should be already known, and it is used in that way. As I told you, I'm asking you to do push-ups for 20 times. So you're doing it to get the result that my push-up number is 20. Whereas for loop is nothing but it's not like that. I'll give the condition until you achieve another condition, the iteration is taking place. Okay, that many number. I am telling you do it 20 times. So one person will do it only to complete 20 numbers. Another person will do it. I want to do it for 20 times, so I am doing it. That is for loop. When someone is just trying to satisfy my condition, then it is while loop. Okay, so that's where we are using a break also. So when we are using this break, pass, and all, you will still understand about loops in a very better way. So if you want to do a iteration at a particular number, then use for loop. No, sir, I want to just satisfy a particular condition, then use the while loop. So here a condition is satisfied. That's why we are taking while I is greater than. Until the condition is satisfied, my loop will be there. Once the condition is not satisfied, my loop will get out of exit. So we are going to do many programs in both for loops and while loop. Don't worry about much about it. And even in the platform also, you have a lot of practice programs. So just get the idea, and we will discuss more of with that with a lot of problems. So see here, I want to do a program to add natural numbers up to sub n. So to take the input from the user, n is equal to integer of input enter n. Okay. Say some n is equal to 10. Then what will happen? Sum is equal to 0 initially, because I want to do sum. It is not at done. So let me create a variable of sum and assign 0 initially. And I value is going to be initiated as 1. So it can be A, it can be B, but generally we always say in loops I. That's all. So why I is less than or equal to n? What does it mean? My n is equal to 10. The condition is already there. I want to satisfy the condition. N is 10. So my I value will iterate until satisfying the condition called 10. Always add sum is equal to sum plus I. Therefore, what will happen? I gets incremented. So my counter gets changed. Print the sum in and out. Give me a moment. I'll just open this in a compiler and I'll show you the same. Then you will land. I will explain you one after the other. Just a moment. Let me open it. Let me open my compiler. So okay, listen to me, dear friends.
Sir, there is no presentation, sir. Now it is coming.
Listen, I'll just give you step-by-step explanation here. So let me take an input of n if I want. Otherwise, I can assign the value of 10. I'll show you both. First, let us take n is equal to 10. I'm trying to initialize the sum, and this is called as a counter, that is increment value. So while before we write any loop, I'm not only explaining the program, I'm telling you those who want to write the program first time, how to write a program with a loop. The question is, how write a program to add n natural numbers. So generally what we do is in mathematics, we all know how to write. It is 1, then plus 2, then plus 3, then plus 4, like. We have a simple formula called n is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. Even we can do this also in computer. Sir, is there any other way also? Yes. Using loops also we can do. See, to solve one program or problem, we have multiple ways. Somebody will do like this, somebody will do in another way, right? In multiple ways we can do it. Now, using loops, how to do it? Let me take, for example, I want to add first 10 natural numbers in example. In that case, to add everything and to store it, I want one variable. That variable is called as sum. This name of this variable may be anything, whatever you want, you can. Okay, total, anything you can give. I is equal to 1 or n is equal to 1, whatever it is. This is an increment value. Now, while writing a while loop, actually, while is a keyword, then this increment counter value, this is going to be a variable, that is, it's going to be a iterating variable. I'm giving a condition like, so as I want to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 10, I'm including equal to. Generally, any loop will start from 0 if there is no default value is given. My default value is 0. But now I'm saying don't start at 0, I start from 1. I'm giving an initiate. Already I'm giving a condition. Therefore, now loop will start from 1 and it should go till 2, 3, 4 up to n, because equivalent symbol also given. Otherwise, if I say 10, loop will get stuck in 9 itself. Okay, that is the condition. 0 to the previous value of the stop condition. Start, stop, step. 3 things. Start, stop, step. So here default value is 0, but as I'm initiating the value as I, it will go from 1 and it will go till 1 up to 10, because I am including equivalent also. This is this line. Why I am writing like this line. So 2 lines understood very clearly. Before I start writing a loop, I should always give the variables properly. Now, initially the counter is 1 and the variable to be stored is sum is equal to kept as a 0. Okay, because it's an empty, none, nothing is there. Now, what I have to do with the 0, I want to add. First, I want to add 1. Next, with that, I want to add 2. Now, what will happen? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Next, I want to add 3. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Next, I want to add 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus, again, I want to add 5. Like that, it has to go up to 10. To do this value, add the new value with the already stored value. Sum is equal to sum plus I. Please understand the meaning of this line. Okay, this sum is going to be a variable of for each and every equation. So the new sum is equal to old sum plus adding a new value. Old sum is 0. Now I am adding 1. So it is added to. Now what is the new sum? 1. Every time I have to do the iteration, because if it is not iterating, the loop will not work. So I am saying next time you take the loop as the increment value as I is equal to I plus 1. Therefore it will become 2. Then with old 1 I am incrementing it with 2. Then old I value is 2. Incrementing it with 3. I am adding already the sum value is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Like that it is going. So this point is to update the counter. This point is to update my sum. After completing everything, the loop will get exit when the condition is attained, like I is equal to 11. This is a condition to fail. When I is equal to 10 plus 1, that is I is equal to 11, it will go and it will check I is equal to less than or equal to 9. Condition fails, it will come out of the loop. Then it will ask, what do I do now? Print everything. What is printed? Already sum. What is the sum? I have added up to 10. Yeah, print it. That's enough. So compiler will come out and say, I have done my job. I have done my job. The sum is 55. Sir, I want to know what is the sum at each and every time, sir. How it is, how this loop is working. I want to do that. See, instead of keeping this print statement here, okay, you can keep it inside the loop also. Now, what will happen? The first loop answer is 1, second time iteration is 3, third time iteration is 6, fourth time iteration is 10. So I'm getting the answers every time. How I got this 55? It is shown step by step. Therefore, when I do it outside the row, it will do it only once. I'm saying I don't want all this nonsense. I just only want the final answer. Then only my final answer is shown. Are you able to see the outputs also? I'll show you the output. Oh, now, so any program, when you do the loops, you understand what is the step-by-step iteration, what is the expected output outside there, out of each and every iteration. Sir, I want to take the input from the user, sir. Then fine, no issues. So you just make. So then no problem. So I'm showing the output here. Let me give 15. The sum is 1. I want to know at each and every step what is the answer. Let me just put one tab and send the print statement inside the loop. Now I am saying how I got it. This 15 I want to know. This is 120 I received. This is what a simple while loop is happening, my friend. There is no magic in the while loop, and it's not a big formula. In Python, we can simply, like how we speak, like that we can tell Python compiler, then Python compiler will do the job without any hesitation. Okay. You see, all statements are very simple, only space dependent, no cursor, no curly braces or something like that. So it is very simple to. So n is equal to input, enter the n, then sum is equal to 0. That are two variables that we want to. That's a very simple 4 lines. I can complete it. All right. Fine. Now coming back to our presentation part. I want to show you one more example also. Sorry. I want to show you one more example also, which is very, very important to understand. Note on this point. So I can use else along with while. I can use else along with while. Oh, while loop with else. If and else we know. While with else it's possible. In one interview, HR asked, can you use else with while? The student asked, so why you want else, sir? While no, sir. Only with if class we can use else. This statement. While. But it is to see when what area and what condition we will be using. Is it only a time pass? No. There are some necessities. What is the necessity? For example, see here. Let me take the initial counter as 0. Counter is less than 3. Yes, 0 is less than. Condition is true. Inside the loop, counter increment. So 0, 1, 2. Condition true. And when the counter is 3, the while loop fails, then my outside, that just now I told you, no, the statement that which I want to print, that I can keep it in the else. That I can keep it in the else. Still it works. Still it works. So this is how, and another way of programming stuff. That is, so why is that? Simply we can give that else part in outside the loop. Then by default it will work. No, yeah. See, there are some certain conditions in some complex programming complexity. You will come across this way where you may be in a situation to include an else and to say some different. You may try to include some formats or formula or some kind of different implementation may be asked to do it. In that case, I'm just doing it with else. Okay. So now inside loop 3 times 0, 1, 2, and the third time fails. While loop is getting executed. In while, sorry, else loop, else part is print else. That's why it is getting. So next screen, I will just check it whether it's going to be programmed. Then no need to go to that screen. Okay. Now I'll tell you one more program. With example, I will explain you. Wait for some time. Okay. I want to tell you something about a break and continuous statements. A break and continuous statements. There will be a huge confusion for many of the students. How break, pass, continue works. HR also asked for this word. What is the difference between break and pass or break and continue? Okay, you should be very clear in your ideas. With a very good example, you can explain to the HR, or while writing the code also, you should tell, you should understand like why should I use this keyword called the break, or why when I can use this keyword called continue, when I can use the keyword called pass. Listen now. The same loop, initial condition is 0. Num is going to be incremented after entering into the loop. Print the number. So 0, condition true. Adding one number. So num will become 1. And it will check if num is equal to 3. No. Again while loop will start. This time I want to take num is equal to 1. Condition true. I will show it here. Listen to me now. Yeah, listen to me now. First num is equal to 0. Condition true. In this place, num will become 1. Print num. So output is 1. If num is equal to 3, no. No problem. Leave it. Simply go. This part is neglected now. This part is neglected now because this condition is already failed. So compiler will not consider what is there after this statement. From here itself, compiler will take a U10. Then it will go for num is equal to 1. So true. Then add value. Then 2. Print the value. Output is 2. Now you check 2 is equal to 3. No. Ignore the break. Get back. Now what is the value? Num is equal to 2 by less than 5. True. Increment the value by 1. Then this value will become 3. Print the number. Okay, 3. 3 is equal to 3. Condition true. Break. Break means that's all. Come out of that loop. Don't go again to while loop. Is when if is true, it is saying break. That's all. I will not allow the compiler to go back. No. Come back. No. Come back. Right? I'll show you the output of the screen also. Num is equal to 1, num is equal to 2, num is equal to 3. After that, I'm saying num is equal to 3. Break. So no 4, no 5. No 4, no 5. Are you clear? Say I'm doing a small change here. What is the change? If condition, I'm making it a comment. Break also, I'm making it as comment. So there is no break. Now what will happen? It will go up to 5. So such a very good program. Now, because of this fellow called break, what happened? Because of this fellow, I'm getting only 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one condition. Some more examples I'll show it to you. Now break is over. What about continue, sir? Okay, now I'll introduce a for loop with continue to make you exposed to the another part. Are you there in the screen? Yes, you are there in the screen. Okay. For I in range between 1 to 10, as I told you, start, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I is equal to 3, continue. So let me run this program. What is the expected output actually? You can guess, but still I'll show you. Three is missing, my dear friends. Why? I told the condition is when you meet I is equal to 3, just continue. That means don't go to the next line, go back to the loop. Break says don't go back to the loop, come out. Continue says, array, leave it here, go do the work once again. Like that it is saying. Yeah. Okay, don't do that work, don't do the implementation, just go. Leave the implementation. Implementation loop will attend, but implementation will not. And I say continue, that's all. The implementation is not happening. So I am unable to print. We'll just skip that loop. So got the idea about what is break and what is continue? These two words, keywords will be very, very helpful for you in the days to come while you are writing codes for different programs. Now I'll give you one more program to introduce you one more concept called a pass. So another code I am going to show you here is yes. Friends, go through this code. It's don't get okay. It's not such a big coding. Just make some lines. Okay, if you want, I will. Let me stop here first. Why to confuse you too much? Now what will happen? SS equal to gold. GOLD, gold. For I in S, if I is equal to O, print pass executed a empty loop, pass print of I, come out next line. What is the expected output here? When I use a pass, can someone tell me what will be the output here? No idea. So for I in S, yes, G is the first variable. Now G is equal to 0. Condition fails, no problem. Then print of G, okay. Next, increment of I is going towards O. I is equal to O. Fine. What will happen? Pass executed empty loop. This part will be printed. After printing, it will say pass. Then that part will be, this part will be skipped. Then again it will go L, condition false, print L, D, condition false, print L. So G, one minute, I'll share you the screen. So G O L D. When I gave the statement called I is equal to 0, in that place, this I have given a print statement also there. Then I said pass. Then I said pass. Then I said pass. So in that case, what it is doing is it is taking that value and giving a pass there, executed a empty loop, and then L. Now, see what I'm going to do is you may get confused now. So to reduce your confusion, I'm using continue also in the same page, same program for I in S, if I is equal to 0, if I is equal to 0, print continue executed, here pass is executed, continue print. Now what is your output, my dear friends? Now you can see the difference. Can you see what is the difference? While I used pass, I got it G, pass executed empty loop, both are same. O is printed in pass, but O is missing in continue. This is the difference between pass and continue. The difference between pass and continue. To make you to understand, I have given the same input values and I have shown you how this output will be different when I use pass and continue. So break completely, there is no function on this. Whereas pass and continue may look very similar, but no, not like that. Okay. Pass, it will do nothing. It will do nothing. Whereas continue, it will move towards the next loop. It will move towards the next loop. So when to use, how to use, you have a lot of model examples available in Codetantra platform. Okay, you can work it on it, and then we can still discuss it in the classes also. So pass is just pass, time pass like that. Okay, so it will be an empty loop. Whereas when I say continue, you are particularly going to skip a particular step and then. So any questions? Fine. Next. Hope you are very clear. So please note on this program. Initially counter is equal to 1. Sum is equal to 0. While counter is less than or equal to 6. Sum is equal to sum plus counter. Counter is equal to counter plus 2. What is the answer for this group? Can someone tell me? Yes, somebody? Is there anyone? Yes, very good. Ujjwala, Nandini. Okay. So, how did you get this? Very simple. Let me start here. Counter is less than or equal to 6. Condition is true. Sum is equal to sum plus counter. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Now sum is incremented to 1. Counter is incremented to 2. Therefore 1 plus 2 is now 3. Again the while statement is coming to that picture. Now it is 3. 3 is less than equal to 6. True condition. So now 3 is added with sum. Already the sum is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Fine. Now what I am going to do is again my counter, which is nothing but 1 plus 2 is 3. Now 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Is again coming to check the condition. It is true. Again my 4 plus 5 is added. Sum is becoming 9. Counter is getting incremented from 5 up to 7. It will go to statement. It will fail in while. Finally, it will come out of the loop. I'm not going to print counter. I'm going to print only sum. The final value that we have calculated in the sum is nothing but 9. If you have any questions in this, you can ask me again. If you don't understand anything, you can ask. Hope you all understood. If you still have any questions, you can ask. Explain once. Listen. See, counter is 1, my dear. 1. I'll take some dark colors. True. Condition is true. Sum is equal to sum plus counter. 0 plus 1 is 1. Counter is equal to counter plus 2. Counter plus equal to counter plus 2. Now 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Next loop. It will come to the next. Counter is now 3. Condition is true. Condition is true. Now condition is true. 3 plus 1 is nothing but 4. Now counter is plus 2. Then it will become 5. So now 5 is coming here. Condition is again true. 5 plus 4 is 9. Counter plus 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. Next loop. 7 is less than or equal to 6. Condition false. Come out of the loop. Print sum. What is the final sum I have got it? Therefore, answer is 9. Praveen, clear? Okay, done. First time, second time, third time. Loop. Counter, sum. So as I am asking to print the sum, it is 9. Is the answer. Loops concept, if you want to understand, you have to work out like this many MCQs. Okay, like this bits you have to take. You have to work out every day in the night before you go to bed. 1 hour you have to play with coding like this. Your logical thinking, your memory skills, everything will improve. So don't touch WhatsApp, don't touch Facebook, don't touch Instagram. Okay, it will spoil everything your life. So try doing coding like this. Go to bed, you will have a very nice, comfortable sleep, peaceful mind. Next day, you will get lot of energy and encouragement. So third years or final years, whatever year it will be, this is the time for you to get ready for this kind of placement drives. Not only for placements. See, I'm not asking you to go and get some 5 lakhs package or 10 lakhs package, go for a job. See, I'm not a trainer to do that. Knowledge is base. All right. So knowledge makes a perfect man first. So you take any skill. I'm not asking you do only Python. You will be a wonderful human being in this world. I don't want to tell lies. When you do it like this, any skill. See, you may be a mechanical student. You may be very much interested in designing. Do your design software. You may be an EEE graduate. You may be good in. You may be interested in doing some CAD or this thing. That is embedded VLSI, ECE. Fine, go ahead. IoT, nice. Blockchain, this is good. I want to do SAP, fine. Whatever you do, but be best in any one of the skill, which will make your remaining part of 40 to 55 years plus years will be very, very peaceful in your life. That may be either job or you may have your own startup. Anything you can do, but you will be happy. Right? That way it will be really helpful for you. Keep upskilling yourself every day. That will really help. Be away from all type of other disturbances. Okay, like media, social medias, and all. Social medias are good, but not always. Right? How you handle it with a lot of limitations, it will be always good for you. Medias spoil many times. Anything else? Any other questions? Shall we stop here? Any other queries?
So all of you fill the feedback form, which is posted in the chat box.
Okay, friends, do you have anything to ask? Okay, shall I make a move? We'll meet tomorrow. Take care. So today we have done loop, right? And that too mostly we have done while loop. In while loop, we have used continue, break, pass. We have seen the difference. And we have seen how the ranges, how the strings, okay? All these examples will be really helpful for you when we are moving little forward. Okay, so please note down all these things and we'll be keep practicing. Take the platform in your hand, keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. I think by this time at least 10 to 15 lessons you should have completed. Any of the dashboard also will be shared to you one day. We will check it. Okay guys, take care, see you.
All students, feedback form is there in the chat box in the Zoom and YouTube. Please fill it. And those who have filled can leave.